This is the most hostile comment section on YouTube, and I feel like I can say with a high degree of certainty that this is the longest argument ever in a YouTube comment section, lasting an entire year and spanning roughly 500 some replies. Now, this kind of anger, you would expect the video to be some kind of politically charged video, or maybe somebody said anime should be illegal or that lollies are a crime, something that really puts a hate boner where someone's flaccid cock once was. But what if I told you that the video that all of this is taking place on, the most aggressive comment thread on YouTube, was actually on a Paper Mario song? I'm going to take you on a journey through this war zone here. We're not going to read every reply just because there is so many. This thing's longer than the fucking Bible, honestly. But we're going to go through the big parts, the big moments here in the manga, make sure we get the gist of what's going on, because this may be one of the greatest stories ever told. It's got it all. It's got a little something for everyone. A story of betrayal, violence, love, terrorism, action, drama, mystery, and most of all, Mario. Chapter 1, The Catalyst. This is where it all begins. This is ground zero. Lunar1314 leaves a comment saying, I don't care if I get hate because of this opinion, but this is my favorite Paper Mario final boss song. A bold and brave hot take. Someone didn't tell Lunar that opinions are illegal on the internet. It's not the most controversial thing to say, it's simply a matter of liking a song. But this is the internet, and you can't like something that somebody else doesn't like. A lesson our boy Lunar here is about to learn the hard way. Enter the villain, Aramaru 1837, because you're like 9, haven't even played the other games, I guarantee you. And now, just like the Powerpuff Girls when the hotline rings, our hero rolls in, Dave Matthew. These are our primary characters. Of course, we get introduced to other important side characters throughout the season here. The lore gets very deep, trust me. But this is basically the Batman and the Joker, Dave and Aramaru. Dave sweeps in defense of Lunar. How about we agree that you are a jerk? Everyone can have their own opinion, and that is the internet, so no one cares about your opinion to begin with. Also, instead of throwing insults at me, why don't you try to get me to see things from your perspective? It would be a lot more time efficient and, unlike insults, actually accomplishes something in the long run. Or you can continue to assume that I am a mere child that does not know of the 5 other Paper Mario games, or was it 4? Or has even played them, both opinions being completely wrong. But as I said, it's the internet. We can go in circles all day and night and neither of us would get anywhere. So let's not, okay? Dave trying to get out ahead here and squash the beef, giving a fair warning to Aramaru that you do not want to fuck with Dave, but spoiler alert, Aramaru pokes the sleeping bear. You never gave your side, dumb fuck. All you did was come on here talking about some damn opinions or some shit. Pretty clear you didn't intend to accomplish anything. Also, you haven't played any other game, have you? It's not hard to know how many Paper Mario games there are, kid. 64, Thousand Year Door, Super Paper Mario, this garbage, and Color Splash, which was actually not bad, but was too weird gameplay-wise to be called a Paper Mario game. And it's this comment right here that makes a good boy go bad. You do not question Dave Matthews' understanding of the Paper Mario franchise, and you do not do it on a public forum like this, and be an asshole about it. The opinion haver that started all of this comes back in here, kicks open the doors to the Church of Paper Mario with tears in his eyes like he just watched his parents having a fight, saying, all I said was, this is my favorite final boss song in the Paper Mario series, but it turned into a huge fight and I don't understand that. And then Aramaru hits him with a hard dose of reality. You said you don't care if you get hate, so obviously you do understand, dumb fuck. Unfortunately, Lunar just doesn't understand that his initial comment was like the assassination of Franz Ferdinand, and now he's started a massive war. And in war, Lunar, there's casualties. I know you can say whatever you want, but please, can you please calm down and make a nice comment to people? Like I said, please not say about 1,000 cuss words with this reply, please. It's not hurting you to read a quick fuck. Look, I'm understanding everything you're saying. I'm just here to calm you down. Not everything in the world is solved by anger. Jedi Brooklyn Green comes in here and tries to reason with Sith Lord Aramaru here about how anger's not the key, but it's all for nothing because Aramaru has already been consumed by his anger. Like I said, I am cutting out a couple things here because there is so much of it, it'd be like a 10-hour video if I read the entire chain. Basically, in a nutshell, Dave was saying this is pointless, it's an internet argument, let's just drop this. And he concludes his monologue with, well, since we both agree that this whole thing is pointless, let us just agree to disagree and be on our way then. Aramaru, cool. so fuck off. Peace was never an option. Nah, seeing your pointless insults because you can't come up with an actual comeback to my remarks is rather funny to me. Heh, I thrive off your pointless rage. Thought it was done. Why you still here, idiot? As I said, I thrive off your rage and anger. You want me to stop? Stop being angry. Easy. Dave Matthews is slowly accumulating power like a spirit bomb fueled by Oromaru's rage. He is laughing in the face of Oromaru's anger. Not angry, dumb fuck. Piss off. See? Angry. Not angry, dumb fuck. Piss off. I see that you're running out of comebacks. I can give you a few if you need them. Dave, of course, being one of the world's leading comeback dealers. Not stressful, you're just annoying, lol. And there's plenty of music better than this shit, even from Color Splash. Uh-huh. Why don't you go back to your 1,000-year-old game and super overrated Paper Mario game? Your screen, oh boo-hoo. Let me play a sad song for you on the world's smallest violin. Oh wait, I broke it. If this was done, why did you reply? Metal Mario coming in here just spitting straight venom in the face of Oromaru here, lighting him on fire with the world's smallest violin comment. Nice try, dumb fuck, but I haven't even played any Paper Mario games except Color Splash. Now fuck off with your shitty excuses for jokes. People have better shit to read. When I initially made it to this chapter the first time and got blindsided by this plot twist, I fucking recoiled into my chair, threw my arms in the air. I was just so absolutely shocked. I felt like I was witnessing history, like I Am Your Father level twists here. This is subverting expectations done extremely well. Not Game of Thrones Season 8 bullshit. This is how you surprise a reader with a narrative plot twist. Who could have seen this coming? If you remember back to the genesis of this whole mess, it started with Oromaru melting down and breaking shit in his room over the fact that somebody liked a Paper Mario song he didn't like, and then accuses them of not having played any of the other Paper Mario games, and then only a short 100 replies later, he himself admits he's only ever played one Paper Mario game, and it's not even this one. It's so fucking remarkable. What an incredible twist. That is character development right there. Now we're getting a little bit of the origin story of Oromaru here, which only makes him even more mysterious. Well, I see my sympathy was misplaced. You seriously judge a game on what other people say about it? You sure have missed many a good game. Also, shame on you. Don't give out criticism if you don't actually have the knowledge to back it up. It's just stupid to say something's wrong and then give no evidence at all to support your theory. And that's researching 101. This guy Reddits. Also, it appears that you really do only know how to spit out insults. I'm gonna have fun with this. Hello again, my old friend. I see you're here to argue once again. Too bad this will end with you weeping, because your argument is less than the dust I'm sweeping. But you will not give up yet, because you don't realize that it's the internet. The internet. So you might as well be voiceless, as all arguments here are practically worthless. Dave Matthews goes full Robert Frost here with this personalized slam poem to Oromaru. I get that it's supposed to be a Sound of Silence parody, and it's executed wonderfully. A special song poem about the argument you still persist on despite the flaws in your argument. P.S. You still haven't told me what your favorite song in the series is. Did I ask? No, bitch, I didn't. Fuck off. Shut the fuck up. I didn't even read what you said because I just know it's dumb as shit, lol. Come on, man, he took the time to write an entire parody song for you. The least you could do is read the lyrics. For about 4 days, there was peace in the comment section where people were going over things they liked and didn't like about the game, and then Oromaru comes in full fury here, pitchfork in hand, ready to slap shit around. He reignites the argument by saying, obviously do if yo pussy ass won't just leave the conversation. Dave says, ha ha ha, now I remember why I stick around. I'd love to see what kind of pathetic retort and comeback you are going to make at me that I can easily tear apart. Really, it is rather satisfying to see what you come up with. Once again, there was a truce called in the comment section for about a week, and then Oromaru came back, and Dave immediately noticed. He's like the NORAD defense system, able to hone in on Oromaru's presence, and then attack. Oh, hello there. Ready for round 2, my little whiny failure? Round and round the argument goes, when will it stop no one knows. That meme has been dead, fucking idiot. I'm ready for you to piss off, you worthless fuck. I did not drag your pride through the mud and make you look like a brainless, arrogant maggot. You did. You destroyed your own argument. You ignored the statements that made you look like a fool. You chose to spit out nothing but insults. Your fault. Your stupidity. Deal with it. Or stick around and continue to look like a moron. It's entertaining, and besides, we win either way, and you lose either way. Dave hits him with some kind of superhero monologue right before he throws the bad guy in jail, and Oromaru says, "Don't care to read your arguments, lol. As a matter of fact, I only read the first reply, lol. Quit wasting my time and fuck off." "Then you are nothing but a bottom-barrel fool who will have no success in life. As I said, you don't bother to defend yourself at all. That makes you an idiot." "Also, why should I? You have no power here and you never will. The fact that you think you do just displays your idiocy for everyone. Besides, I already gave you the requirements for my departure. Or are you incapable of reading as well, my little maggot?" Everything Dave has been saying thus far sounds like the Rick and Morty copy pasta from Reddit. I mean, I think Dave is in the right here because Oromaru is a huge fucking asshole, but man, he's really going about all of it in a terrible way. A month goes by. Is he finally gone? Yeah, he is gone. Is he gone if your dumbass would just quit replying? I didn't even read shit you said. I told you that I would only leave if you either apologized for being rude, or if you went 10 comments without swearing. You are not good at remembering things, are you, my little maggot? Hello, little maggot. Just letting you know that I am still in this comment chain, just in case you thought you were rid of me or that you actually won this argument. Okay, bye now. This was after a month of him not replying, so Dave just really wants to continue this, and nothing makes me more uncomfortable than reading Dave keep calling someone my little maggot. Like, this must be how it feels for some girls when they hear the word moist. Every time I read him saying my little maggot, I just get like tingly and uncomfortable and break out into like a little profuse sweat. It's just yucky. I feel like I'm reading some old woman's fanfic where she's describing some weird sexual intercourse she had at a biker bar or something, and it's just making me uncomfortable. I don't know why he keeps calling this guy my little maggot. I don't give a fuck where you are, dumb bitch. Just like no one cares about you, my little maggot. This will be the last time you see Dave with this kind of confidence because he's about to meet the actual muscle here. Mr. Hater. If Oromaru was a supervillain, then Mr. Hater is a fucking turbo villain. He's a galactic villain, a universal threat, a divine being of villainy. I don't even know what to call him, a fucking raid boss of villainy. Because he comes in here and just starts slapping shit around. He's a big asshole as well, of course. But he brings Dave to his knees here. This is like when you're reading a comic book and the hero's in trouble. So Mr. Hater comes in here with a full chub, full erection, red alert. He calls out Dave in front of the entire classroom. "I see you have a superiority complex and are very self-centered. How very hypocritical. You're no better than him. Guess I gotta clean house and deal with little keyboard warriors like you myself." That is honestly like some Marvel's Thanos shit right there. Dave is still riding the high after he seemingly defeated Oromaru, so he replies to Mr. Hater with a large amount of confidence and a bit of arrogance, saying, "Heh, you poor naive fool. When did I ever claim that I was better than little maggot? That I'm better than you? Oh, to live in your little fantasy. Can you not see what I am doing? Or are you just as blind as he is? Of course I can tell you're cut from the same cloth as my little maggot, so I'll humor your attempts at insulting me and everyone else present. Let's see how long you last." Dave's still under the impression that he's the king of this Thunderdome, but what he hasn't realized yet is Mr. Hater's not locked in here with Dave. Dave is locked in here with Mr. Hater. "Oh, I know your intentions very well, and I intend to stop it. I mean, what the hell is wrong with you? Just look at your comment, you poor naive fool, to live in your little fantasy. These are things that a narcissistic, self-centered man-child would say. How am I or anyone with half a brain cell supposed to take you seriously? There's a reason the other guy left. You won't last long, Dave. You won't last long because underneath all that bravado, you're just a sad little boy with delusions of grandeur, who, by the way, can't talk for shit. So here's a piece of friendly advice. Turn away now and stop wasting Oromaru's time, because if you don't, by the time this is over, you'll be my little maggot." No response. Guess I must have hit one of your soft spots, Winky. "So you actually have some bite, do you? Good. Let's see what you've got. I will compliment you on your use of insults, as well as how you get straight to the point." Dave is immediately showing that Mr. Hater has hurt him. You can't do that, Dave. You can never show weakness to a man like Mr. Hater. He can smell blood in the water. He can smell cum in a bathtub. He will pounce, and you can't let him find any amount of scrapes on your armor. Dave, he showed a weakness, and Mr. Hater exploited it, unfortunately. Heh, of course you didn't realize. I wasn't talking about Lunar. I was talking about you and me. We don't care what others think of our opinion. We just say whether we agree or disagree with someone's opinion. In that way, we are alike, you and I. Don't you agree? I love this exchange here. This is like the season finale here when the two characters are monologuing at each other before they start beating each other with like a stick or something. Ah, I see you're trying to get on my good side. As you know what they say, if you can't beat them, join them. How about this, Dave? Write a full paragraph apologizing to Oromaru, and I might consider agreeing with you. And, by the way, it has to be real nice, so no calling him my little maggot. Otherwise, I might just start calling you that myself. That would require me to have a single shred of respect towards little maggot, and in case you did not read the whole conversation, I did apologize to him. He threw it back in my face and used it to insult me without responding to it whatsoever. You, on the other hand, are actually participating in a discussion, while my little maggot only responds with the same insults like he's a broken fax machine. You, I respect, little wasp. I forgot to click read more for the screenshot, but it said, I do not respect little maggot. So now Dave, for some reason, is calling Mr. Hater Little Wasp. I don't understand where he's getting this from. Maybe like from old 60s movies or something where it was cool. And then he references a fax machine, which hasn't been in use for the last 30 years. So I just don't know what's really going on here. Maybe Dave is caught in a time vortex and he's communicating with us from the past. And he's only able to communicate through the comment section of Paper Mario Final Boss Song. But yeah, just really fucking love this part here. This feels like the climax of the entire argument. Dave going with the whole, we're not so different, you and I. We're one of the same. It's like some shit you'd see in Naruto Sasuke right before their final fight. It's fucking wonderful. You make a fair point. I shall apologize to him, but do not expect a paragraph. You make sound arguments, Mr. Wasp. I'm not one to call someone by childish names, but you are very hypocritical after all, so I expect nothing less. Anyway, do go ahead. Where's the apology? I don't see it. Mr. Hater's trying to rush this. It hasn't even been a full day at this point. Mr. Hater, he wants that apology ASAP. So now you can see Mr. Hater has assumed control of this entire argument. The entire tone has shifted here, and now Dave is at the mercy of Mr. Hater, and he wants his homework. Do not rush me. It's been 2 days now, so no excuses. You aren't going to apologize, are you? I figured as much. If you wish to continue arguing, then be my guest, kid. Dave is starting to panic a little bit. He doesn't want to write this apology because he does not respect Oromaru, but he is afraid of Mr. Hater, so he's caught in between a rock and a hard place here, and he's treading water in the comment section. 1, I have a life at the moment. 2, you need a little bit of patience. 1 word. College. You don't go to college, David. Then you clearly set your expectations of me far too low. A shame, really. I thought you would be smart enough to not do what little maggot did. Stop lying to yourself, David. How about you tell me what's actually going on? College, as I said before. Do you not listen, or are you refusing to believe that I have a life outside of this? Now, if you excuse me, I have a music class to attend. I really don't understand why Dave even feels compelled to keep answering at this point. He doesn't want to write the apology. He shouldn't write an apology, honestly. He just doesn't have to reply to Mr. Hater. He can just wash his hands of this whole thing and still come out as the victor. But for some reason, he keeps engaging with Mr. Hater in here, and Mr. Hater's pressure is somehow like leaking into Dave's real world, it seems, because it feels like he's stressing about this apology, which he shouldn't write in the first place. Mr. Hater goes in on Dave, starts poking holes into his claims about college because 4 months ago it was still coronavirus shutdown, so classes weren't going on, so Dave feels the need to defend himself again. And then he kind of just explains he just doesn't want to fucking apologize, which he shouldn't. I'm glad he doesn't. Dave says, 1, truthfully, I don't want to apologize to Armu because I know for a fact it would not be genuine, and no matter how much I hate a person, I'm not going to insult them by giving them a mocking, half-assed apology. And 2, online classes are a thing that exists, and I'm not doing just a music class. Who is the antagonistic one here? Because it definitely isn't me. You poor, pathetic whelp. barking and baying like anything you say will ever matter. No, your words don't hurt me because they are artificial, fake, designed, and spoken for the sole purpose of inflicting pain without putting actual feeling behind it. Ha, ha 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 ha. No, your words are hollow and do not deserve the electrons my brain cells would have to burn to process them, just like you. You're not special, you're not unique, you're not important, and you never will be, not now, not ever. So go ahead whelping, keep making a fool of yourself. I'll just watch the show, laughing all the while. And in your ivory tower of hypocrisy, did you ever once realize I never denied what you have been saying? You are a parasite, Mr. Hater. Something that must tear everyone down to justify their worthless existence. Perhaps I am one too, but that's where our similarities end. You lash out at anyone you see as below you. I lash out at people who do what you and Armu did. Insult and tear into someone because they dared to have an opinion you did not agree with, or lash out at people who defend themselves from other people like you. I never said I was better. But does it really matter in the end? At the end of the day, one of us looks like the bad guy to everyone else. And since I haven't been antagonizing everyone participating in this, it most definitely not me who's the bad guy. Try to say I'm wrong here. You're not wrong, Dave. Not at all. And people like Aramaru and Mr. Hater, yeah, they suck a lot of fat ass. It's sad that someone cares this much about someone's opinion on something that doesn't matter. 100%. Agree with you entirely there, Dave. But the way you're handling all this and then putting this huge, presidential speech here is not good either. This is the wrong way of handling any of this. And there's really just no point in arguing in a YouTube comment section to begin with. There are no winners here. Mr. Hater breaks down his response line by line. You lash out at anyone you see as below you. Dave, don't be ridiculous. I'm not as narcissistic as you, or at all for that matter. I lash out at anyone who do what you and Armu did. A mistake you will regret, as you have started all of this, and I aim to end it. The two go back and forth about the apology that Dave doesn't want to write. Mr. Hater just keeps picking apart each line of everything he says. My words are said solely to get you to leave. That's never going to happen, Dave. I've grown very persistent over the years, and trust me, persistence pays, and I will stay here for months if I had to. Will you? Yeah, big guy, I'm sure your persistence pays, living in a fucking comment chain for months. How productive and incredible. There are just some people who live their life to argue online, and it's sad as shit. This guy is the perfect example, willingly saying I will stay in this fucking thread for months because I have nothing else going on in my life. That is pathetic. That's fucking sad, Mr. Hater. Apology seems unlikely. Then you will perish here eventually with me, as it's either you apologize to Aramaru now and we'll be on our way, or we're going to be staying here for a long, long time. So, with that being said, let's just start all over on a positive note. We aren't going to start all over on a more positive note until you start apologizing, Dave. Are you going to apologize for your own hostility? Short answer, no. Unlike you, I did nothing wrong, Dave. So it's either you apologize to Aramaru and behave, or you slowly perish with me for months. Either way, I consider it a win-win. And this is where the story stops. I mean, it goes on a little bit further, but nothing is more pathetic than this mic drop from Mr. Hater. These are the people you argue with online, people that have actually nothing better to do. He considers it a win-win if someone is perishing, wasting their time in a comment section with him. That's so fucking sad. He considers it successful if he wastes somebody else's time and wastes his own time because he's already miserable in the first place. Oh, actually, I almost forgot. 3 months after all of this went down, as the dust was starting to settle, Mr. Hater and Dave just stopped communicating with each other, and there was just momentary bliss as everyone read through the thread. And then Yoshi comments, tagging Aramaru, and Aramaru's been tagged this entire time. Yoshi just points out it's been 10 months, but 64 really good, kind of basic, 1,000 Year Door, bop, and all this. Just kind of breaks down his opinion of the music. And then Aramaru, from out of fucking nowhere, comes out of retirement to deliver one of the most powerful conclusions to any story ever given. I don't give a fuck about your opinion, this song is still shit. What a beautiful way of wrapping all of this up. But yeah, anyway, the last interaction between our main characters was 4 months ago. From what I checked today, there wasn't any new developments that I noticed. A few more people have been made aware of this because it was posted on Twitter. That's how I found it. And this has just been truly a joy. Delightful to read through. So just keep all this in mind next time you think you're confident enough to leave an opinion on a Paper Mario song. That's about it. So yeah. When it comes to Twitter, I'll usually read a tweet, get a frown on my face, and then forget about it 2 or 3 minutes later because Twitter is just a constant stream of the dumbest shit all the time. It's just an actual cesspool of diarrhea constantly flowing through it. But occasionally there are tweets that just stick with me. And there's one that's just been living rent-free in my ass for the last 2 weeks. And I just want to talk about it today. It comes from Seth Rogen. I'm sure you already know what tweets I'm about to mention because I'm super late to this one, but I don't care. Just like puking while having a bad hangover, I've got to get it out of my system to feel better. So our story starts just like every other fairy tale, with a robbery in LA. Casey Neistat makes a tweet. So our cars got robbed this morning because Los Angeles is a crime-riddled third world shithole of a city. But tremendous appreciation and gratitude to the hardworking officers at the LAPD West LA, who not only arrested the motherfucker, but they got all our stolen goods back. That's about all there is to it. That's all she wrote right there. This fairy tale has a happy ending. Shrek gets the girl, case closed. Like, there's really not a whole lot to really dissect here, and you wouldn't expect this to be a controversial thing to say. His car got broken into, people got arrested, and they got their stuff back. I mean, that's a complete adventure right there. Like, the only people that could really be offended about a tweet like that would be the people that got arrested. Like, if they're on Twitter on their phone in jail, like, hey, fuck you, buddy. I would have got away with it, too, if it wasn't for that meddling dog. But then out of nowhere, from the top turnbuckle, comes Seth Rogen making a surprise appearance at WrestleMania on Twitter. I guess he's like the head of tourism for LA, because he got mad that he called LA a shithole of a city. That's what he took issue with. So Seth Rogen replies, "Dude, I've lived here for over 20 years. You're nuts, haha." Actually, I'll do the Seth Rogen laugh. Yeah. It's lovely here. Don't leave anything valuable in it. It's called living in a big city. Bro, just don't get your car broken into. It's that easy. It's called living in a big city. You should expect your shit to be constantly violated because you're living in a big city. Don't leave anything valuable in your car because you're gonna lose it. Duh. Dummy, fucking idiot, this is your fault now. You're the one that is to blame for this. You don't want your valuables stolen? Don't leave them in the car in LA. LA is wonderful, but just expect all your shit to get broken into, so plan accordingly by keeping less valuable stuff in your car. Love LA, it's great. It's such a stupid thing to come in and say out of nowhere. Even Casey Neistat, who plays nice with everyone, is taken aback by it. He's like, what the fuck is this? It's so outrageously stupid. Very rarely will you see somebody defend LA like tooth and nail. Obviously, there's people that like LA, especially extremely wealthy people like Seth Rogen, who found crazy success there. But it's pretty rare that there's someone as delusionally off the mark so consistently like Seth Rogen, and this is the perfect example of it. He finds the one spot and the one opinion that almost no one agrees with. He's also just not really shy about showing that he feels superior to the average person. Like, he took personal offense that Casey Neistat said LA was a shithole, and then like shames him for being upset that his car was broken into. Bro, just get another car, get other valuable things, it's that easy. So Casey Neistat responds, "I can still be mad though, right? Feel so violated." Asking his permission to be mad, like, oh, if Seth Rogen says I can't be mad, then I guess I'm okay with it. So then Seth Rogen replies, yeah, oh yeah, you can be mad, but I guess I don't personally view my car as an extension of myself, and I've never really felt violated any of the 15 or so times my car was broken into. This dude is just leaving his car out like a candy bucket on Halloween, it seems. Once a guy accidentally left a cool knife in my car, so if it keeps happening, you might get a little treat. This is certainly up there with the wackiest, stupid shit I've read on Twitter from a celebrity. It's baffling that not only did his brain come up with this as a tweet, but it passed the filters that his brain has to post it. He's like, yep, this looks good. And he hit tweet, and it's still not deleted. And I'm glad it's not. I'm glad that he's just going to stick to his guns and leave this shit up. This is something that I feel is going to haunt him forever, because he is still getting clowned on to this day for this tweet. It's been 2 weeks now, and I don't think it'll stop anytime soon, because it is just that outrageously stupid. Because Seth Rogen doesn't view his car as an extension of himself, he's totally fine with people using it like a fucking fleshlight. They just treat his cars like a cum dumpster, and they dive right in, and Seth Rogen gives them a nice thumbs up, I suppose. And I'm assuming that extends to everything in Seth Rogen's life. As a lot of people have also pointed out, how does Seth Rogen feel about, like, his house? Is that an extension of himself? Because if not, why not just have a bunch of people go into your house, Seth, and take all your shit? Just let everyone have a field day. If your car's not an extension of yourself, your house, your property, it's not either, so I'm assuming he's just gonna open his doors and let people come take all of his valuable possessions and high-five them on the way out, baby. I also love how he's defending LA by mentioning his car's been broken into 15 times in the time that he's lived there. That doesn't make people excited about LA, Seth, you fucking psychopath. Not everyone can afford to replace all their valuables after their car's been broken into 15 times, you goofball. And I also love that he closes it off by saying that one of them even left a knife in his car as a little treat, a tip. To me, that sounds like either a threat or they're trying to frame you for a crime. They fucking left a tool that they used at some other crime scene in Seth's car, and this fucking idiot's just manhandling it, getting his fingerprints all over it, hangs it up on his fireplace mantle. Eventually the cops find it and connect him to some unrelated crime. Seth goes to jail for life or some shit. Like, I don't know who gets excited about someone leaving a knife in their car after it just got broken into. Like, it's just, the delusion here is unbelievable. So the conversation starts to fizzle out here, but it continues. Casey Neistat says, I didn't get any treats, he just took the decorations for my daughter's 7th birthday party and left bloody handprints. Yeah, obviously he's not going to get any treats. It's not like the Tooth Fairy broke into his car and left him some money for what they took. Like, it was a robbery. I don't know how Seth can possibly justify it by saying just let your car keep getting stolen and eventually you'll get a knife. Like, it's fucking silly. And then he says, serious question, how did you get your car broken into 15 times? Which is a great question, because you really have to go out of your way to get it broken into that many times, I feel. Seth says, I lived in West Hollywood for 20 years and parked on the street. Also, it sucks your shit was stolen, but LA is not some shithole city. As far as big cities go, it has a lot going for it. Yeah, especially if you're a burglar who knows what kind of car Seth Rogen drives, because apparently you can just go in there and take all that shit with no consequence, because Seth doesn't give a fuck. His car's getting broken into almost once a year at this rate. This is where the interaction stops, and you just have to wonder, what was Seth Rogen thinking? Like, who did he think this appealed to besides, like, the extremely rich Hollywood elites? Like, there's no normal person that's gonna read that and be like, wow, how noble of Seth, just giving away his shit like that and accepting that beautiful knife. I don't know really what he was expecting to happen. But it got me thinking, what is the worst tweet I ever made? And I think I found it. I tweeted this back in 2019. I said, what the fuck, the chupacabra is real, he just fucked my grandpa. I don't regret posting the tweet, but I do really regret that I misspelled chupacabra. But anyway, I just wanted to talk about this because I've been thinking about it a lot recently, and yeah, that's about it. See ya. What's up everybody, it's Critical, and it's that time again. That special time where glory hole operator Charlie hits Yahoo Answers again and tries to help people out. This time I'm going to the family and relationship section to see what helpful advice I can offer. How to get better at sucking dick. I'll just go ahead and leave my phone number in the comments on this one. How to help my wife stop choking on my cock when she performs oral. It sounds like she needs a smaller cock to suck on, so I'll go ahead and leave my phone number on the comments of this one as well. Should I have sex with all of my 20-year-old daughter's friends? I like how it's not should I have sex with some of my daughter's friends. This man is so confident in himself that he can fuck all 20 of his daughter's friends. You know what? If you're that confident, go for it, buddy. That's up to you. I don't think your daughter's gonna be too pleased, but imagine the comebacks you would have if you ever argued with her. You would be unbeatable because you'd always have that trump card. Oh yeah, Susan, huh? I'm a washed up has-been. I fucked all of your friends. Did you forget that? Every single one of them. Do you think one of these boobs would be too big for your palm? Well, I can't say for sure since no pictures are provided, so I'll just give you the dimensions of my palm. It's about the size of 2 chicken tenders touching end to end. So you do the math. Put chicken tenders on your tit and see if it would fit. I can't really say for sure. I'm still a virgin. I have high standards. Sorry. No need to be sorry. I forgive you. It's okay. Is it wrong to watch incest porn? I don't really need to read any more of what you've said here. However, just know a wise man once said, it's not incest porn if the sound's off. Then it's just porn. Poll. Did you know I banged your mom right up her black arsehole? Yeah, you and everyone else on Xbox Live, buddy. Take a number, get in line. Is it okay to shave your 15-year-old child's genitals? Shit, that's a lot of reading there. I don't really feel like reading your whole story there, so I'm just going to answer this question at face value. No, there's nothing wrong with that. My father used to shave me up until I was 18. I remember those days. Those were the good days. We would put on our football helmets, and then I'd bend over in the bathroom like I was the center, and he was the quarterback, and I'd hike up the razor between my legs, and then just display my chocolate starfish. And then he'd just shave my asshole really nicely. And then I'd stand up, he'd spank me on the ass, say, "Good game," and then we'd headbutt each other with our football helmets on. Is it bad to make myself throw up so I won't have to hang out with my friends? I made myself throw up so I would have an excuse to not hang out with my friends so I can just play video games. Is this a really weird, bad thing to do? Am I antisocial? No, you're just fucking stupid. Why would you even bother making yourself throw up? Just say, "Hey, I threw up." Are they gonna dispute you? Did you send a picture of your vomit or something? Why did you have to go through the steps? You're a real fucking method actor, kid. Come on, be smarter than that. I choked on my boyfriend's when I was giving him head. He didn't warn me, and he was laughing, saying sorry his balls were full. Was he right? Well, this really isn't a matter of right or wrong. You gotta learn to swallow it. Spitters are quitters. Swallow that shit. Come on. Take one for the team. Whether or not his balls were full, that can be up to the scientific professionals to decide. How to surprise my husband. My husband and I have been married going on 8 years. We have 4 amazing children and a wonderful relationship. We also have a phenomenal sex life, hence the 4 kids. Ugh. World's already overpopulated as it is. Stop having so many fucking children. This being said, we have been together 8 years, so I'm pretty much out of tricks and surprises in the bedroom. We are going to have some us time tonight, and I'd love to blow him away, pun intended. Any kinky, fun tips, preferably from men, but if any women know of something that their man loved, I'll take all the advice I can get. Thanks. Well, I think the best thing you can do here is redecorate the whole house in an anime-style fashion. I'm talking posters on the wall, a bunch of manga, some DVD box sets of some very popular animes. And then when he gets home and he's pretty excited about what he sees, he loves the redecorating, that's when you come out of the bedroom in a full My Valentine from Yu-Gi-Oh cosplay, and you challenge him to a duel in the bedroom, and then you play Yu-Gi-Oh for a little while. He'll certainly see none of it coming, so I'm sure he'll enjoy it as well. I ought to spice things up a bit. What's up, everybody? It's Critical. I'm playing Omegle. Let's do this shit. Now, I know this is not really a game, but I made a game out of it. The objective is to be as polite as possible and still have the other person leave. We have made contact. Alright, now I want to sound nice, formal, and normal. Greetings. You see, I think that's a good way to spark a nice, sophisticated conversation with someone that you're meeting for the first time. Now let's see what this stranger is all about. Let's see what they're up to. So they're super horny and looking to be wet, needs assistance. I believe I saw an ad in the newspaper not long ago similar to what the stranger just said. Well, you have ventured into the proper territory. This is my realm of expertise. Seldomly am I not wetting myself, so I believe I can help. I believe I can be of some use. Well, hello, Jenny. My name is Torvalds. Oh, she's gonna see through that like a soiled diaper. I've gotta add some clarification. Fuck, I am really gonna need some concrete evidence to support my chosen alias. Otherwise, Jenny will know Torvalds is not my real name. Either that or she'll think I'm some type of foreign cereal. Torvalds, taste the titties with every bite. I think this might be hook, line, and sinker. She's typing. Maybe she thinks I'm Torvalds. Gabby. Another girl. So it's a threesome now. All those bumper stickers were right. Threesomes can happen anywhere at any time. Luckily, I am prepared for just such an occasion. I have strategically placed sea sponges on my body. Sometimes I'll even use sea urchin if the price is right. But the one sea critter I will never use for a threesome is a sea star. Those bitches have got the most mal-lubricated, rough underbelly in existence. And then they also have these weird ass cheeks that are extremely spiky, that jab into your skin if you try and wear them. Then their fucking exoskeleton is harder than steel, so if you try and equip the sea stars for a threesome, it'll be like sex with the garage door. Ginny is sexually deprived? Now that is just an absolute bowl of stir-fried shit. That, you see, that's just ridiculous. People just don't understand how important reproduction truly is. First I'm gonna let her know how important it is to make her aware. Once she's aware, then she'll be pulling on my pubic hair. Alright, she is typing. Ginny's probably gonna tell me something really scientific, like if you piss into a beaker of sulfur, it's gonna smell rancid. Been around 10 minutes. I don't think Ginny is typing. I think she left. Alright, fuck it. There is no way Ginny is typing something for this long. Ginny has won this round. Alright, stranger is typing. ASL. Well, fuck you, not even exchanging pleasantries? I will retain some degree of civilization. And what the fuck does ASL stand for? Asparagus? Sex? Live? If that's the case, why is it a question? Am I being asked if I want to watch asparagus have sex live? And since when are vegetables even in the pornography industry? Age, male or female, location. Yeah, let me just go ahead giving all that information out. You want me to slide in my social security? Fucking weirdo. I mean, there's no reason for me to just go handing out my portfolio of human shit. Alright, I've got to continue to be polite though. Maintaining polite integrity is the key. Alright, there we go. Now the conversation can progress. Alright. They are not typing, so they are probably digesting the information. I won! I won a round. Alright, here we go, here we go, here we go. Horny female. Small world, I was just talking to a horny female not too long ago. You are talking to the right man. Alright, Miss Horny, it is your turn to type. I'll bet she's pressing the keys on her keyboard with her nipples because she is that horny. Hello, do you have a... fuck is that? Is that like an ancient cave painting? Or does that say Volvo, maybe? Is she asking if I drive a Volvo? I don't drive a Volvo. And, no, fuck it. I'm not even gonna apologize for not driving a Volvo. I don't want to drive a Volvo. I like my car. There. Hopefully I deciphered that fucking enigma. Alright, she's typing. Alright. Waiting for her to respond. Do you like to talk dirty? Do I like to talk dirty? Is that even a question? That's like asking a telephone if it likes ears. Let me show her just how dirty I like to talk. You are now entering the dirty zone. Fuck, I spelled separate wrong. There we go. Alright, here we go. She has just opened the Pandora's box of dirty. There it is. Is that dirty enough? Does that meet the dirty criteria? She hasn't even started typing yet. Perhaps it was too dirty. I think they bit off more than they could chew. Alright, it's been about 8 minutes and they haven't even started typing yet, so I'm going to go ahead and assume they left, which means I have won the match. Well, that's the end of this video. Remember to rate the video, comment the video, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one. See ya. What's up, everybody? It's Critical. I thought it'd be fun if I hopped on Yahoo Answers today and perused that cesspool to see if I can offer any helpful advice or answer some troubling questions some of the 9 people that still use that site have. So let's just dive right in. Pregnancy and parenting, that's my bread and butter, that's my specialty. I'm not an expert in a lot of fields, but when it comes to pregnancy and parenting, I'm a fucking connoisseur. I wrote the book on how to be a good parent and a good pregnant person. So let's see what we got here. Let's see if I can diarrhea out my cornucopia of knowledge in this subject and help some people. Also, I need to make it clear I don't have a Yahoo account because I'm not stupid. I don't want to just have all of my personal information leaked because of Yahoo. So I'm just going to answer these questions in this video and hope the people that asked the questions find this video. There we go, perfect. This seems easy enough. Don't tell anyone I cried today, okay? Okay, you got it. That'll be our little secret. What's it mean if as a man is touching your body, he is able to know that you are on your period? He didn't feel a pad, just from my legs, etc. It means you found a superhero. Probably not one of Stan Lee's best creations. I don't really see the benefit of a superhero that could know when a girl's on her period. Not exactly something that would help fight crime. This actually sounds like some type of lame party trick a college student would use. Ah, hello ladies, gather around. I can tell which one of you is on your period and which one isn't by just grabbing your ass cheeks, please. I have 50% accuracy with this, I'm pretty good. Have you ideas for keeping teenagers from being a nuisance on the streets? Update. Our local kids hang out near the local McDonald's, but they have been banned. They need something to do that is inexpensive, keeps them safe, and reasonably warm in the winter. The fuck? Is he just kicking them out onto the streets or something? I'm very confused right now. They also need to want to be there, if you know what I mean. Just looking for ideas for kids who don't want to be too organized. What the fuck are you asking for advice on? What are the answers here? Don't let them drive? Is that the answer to this riddle? I don't know. I can't help you with this one. What does this have to do with pregnancy? Did you get semen shot in your mouth last night? No. Is yellow poop good to drink? Well, you see, there's always been this saying in my family when it comes to eating shit. If it's brown, go to town. If it's yellow, hold on a second, fellow. Why do cows have so many penis? Cows have 4 penis. If one of them front ones touch a back one, is cow's milk gay? You see, I don't think this question was asked in genuine curiosity, because cows have 5 penises, and at no point if those penises touch is it gay, since it's the cow's penises. If I had 2 dicks, I'd slap them together like those thunder sticks you hear at hockey games. It's not gay if it's your dicks. The sheer amount of people asking the same question here. Did I lose my virginity? Did I get her pregnant? I was moving wiener close to vagina, touched vagina, went inside a vagina fully. I came inside vagina. Did I lose virginity? Are we pregnant? Fuck. I've seen so many of these. I want some good questions, damn it. My son calls himself Jizzle. He's 22. Is this normal? Yeah, it's perfectly normal behavior. I'm 22 and I'll sometimes call myself Turbozal. Are you disqualified from a farting contest if you poop yourself? Unfortunately, I haven't really brushed up on farting contest rules in quite a while. However, I don't think that would be grounds for disqualification, more or less just a redo, perhaps a mulligan even. I assume it's just an accident that can happen in the line of duty here, just part of playing the sport, part of the risk involved. Never know when you might gamble on the fart and lose. But, I think I've helped a lot of people here today on Yahoo Answers. Hopefully these people see this video and have their questions answered. Yeah, that's it. See ya. What's up, everybody? It's Critical. I'm feeling extremely horny, so I think I'm gonna hop on my premier source for meat-beaten materials, fanfiction.net. But this time I'm gonna mix it up. No more going to the mummy section and just reading the poorly written fanfiction there. This time I'm gonna go to the Yu-Gi-Oh section, but I'm gonna go to a different language and then translate it to English, because sometimes understanding what's going on just doesn't make ejaculating fun. Here we go. This looks like a winner. I have no idea what these hieroglyphics mean. All this gibberish has no meaning to me. In the spirit of Yu-Gi-Oh, it's time to decrypt this shit. Morbid night swimming. Alright, here we go. Let there be light. I can understand it now. Yugi, get off the net. It is in the spirit of true night swimming. Well, I'm not sure whether I want to see naked Kaiba. For God's sake, it's not as if I want to see your nakedness. Well, for God's sake, let's just no one took off goal. We solved the problem? But it is not in the spirit of true night swimming. I respect Taya here. She really wants to keep the spirit of true night swimming intact. She really values it. If you so desire. But I still do not want to see naked Yugija. The fuck is Yugija? Is that Yu-Gi-Oh Godzilla? So you do not have to look at me. It's not as if I will stare at your thing. Okay, but if I see you looking at me, drown you. If you have agreed, we can then finally go swimming. And then they took all nice and entered the water, where Yugi accidentally saw Kaiban thing. Oh no, he accidentally caught a glimpse of the Kaiban thing. I'll drown you, idiot. Yugi was troubled and began to swim towards Tay. You cannot escape me. I'll get you and drown you. Do not kill me. I have not seen it on purpose. It was an accident. I do not believe you, since you know you're looking at my pants. Why is he wearing pants if he's in the spirit of true night swimming? That definitely goes against those values. But you saw my... I regret it. Why? It's so beautiful. Never mind the beauty of our things. I was going to drown, and I will. Wow, that just... Come on, Kaiba, don't kill yourself like that, please. You have so much to live for, don't drown yourself. Kaiba, do not you think you are not serious? Partially. What do you mean? So nice I'll drown or not to end. And what is it with me and talk about my life? I'm going. You're so impatient. I've never seen anyone waiting for me to kill him. Oh my god, Osiris. Pleading with the Norse gods now. Yugi hid behind T, or Kaiba decided not to stop at anything. So he decided to kill T. Hearing this, Yugi encourages and decides to drown Kaiba. Hey, wait a minute. You should kill me, but I love you. Drowning will be mutual. If we mutually drown, then there is a good chance that we both die. It would be best to reconcile and watch each other naked. Hallelujah. And so they take a bath, while Yugi Kaiba not caught staring at the thing. Why are you staring at my thing? I think you've got fleas. I do not have fleas. The ticks. Why do you have ticks? So when the other day I hunted in forest, Marika picked it up. What are you chasing, a goal? I did not. They get on my legs. What a horrid accusation. Are you chasing a goal? Oh no, I would never. I have no goals. Why did you not take ticks and why you ever hunted? I killed them because they should go to the doctor, but it scared me. Do not ask why I should not kill myself. I'll just wait for their own waste. He killed them because they needed to go to the doctor. He really cut out the middleman there and just didn't even bother sending them to get professional help. He just fucking destroyed them. America I hunted because I had one stolen nerd pants while we were at the gas station by the woods, so I had to hunt through the forest 2 kilometers before we returned the pants. You stupid bastard. Yeah, you dumb bastard. How did that not make any sense? And what were you doing there? We went to Ishzu, said that something divine? Okay, well let me get away, and ticks off your face and everything will be fine. Yugi and that hurt? Well, of course. They continued to swim, Kaiba not looking at Yuji's ticks, Yugi thinking about their painful ticks, T thinking about Ujiha were ticks and serenity on Kaiba. After 5 minutes. Swimming, Yugi is something noticed. Kaiba, what is sticking out of your ass? Worms. Must have picked those up from the Nerd Pants gas station too, I guess. And how did you get worms? Bakura, we planted their larvae in the food. And how do you know? I do not know, but I had to say something. So he just fucking made it up? That's quite an accusation there. So what are you doing then? I have no idea. Since you do not have a clue? No. And you now know why you attacked me at all? All I do not understand how you do not know from where these living organisms in the gut. I guess they like my ass. And when did you find out about them? Before 2 minutes. What does that mean? Like before the 2-minute warning in football? What the fuck do you mean before 2 minutes? Well then, you'll go tomorrow to the doctor with Yujijim. Just so you know you're not afraid of doctors, right? Please, without insults. Again, all continued their swim until he came shark and white shark. Sea vermin. I appreciate the clarification there. I was a bit confused for once. Then the sea vermin Cabrin bit off his leg. See, Kaiba, this is your foot in his mouth. What? Oh well, Kaiba, calm down. I promise to pay you back leg. What is this great comfort? You know, I have heard losing your leg is one of the most enjoyable experiences you can go through. Then Kaiba fell unconscious. Yugi, Tay Serenity, and decided to go into search of cabin food. First, they Kaiba sent to the hospital and then on his ship went looking. Is not this fun quest for Kaiban food? Do not say that about his leg. What I will do to him if he is a disabled person. Drive him around in a wheelchair. Do not fool around with it, if you please. Hey people, I think I saw a vermin. Oh, where? Oh sorry, it was just a killer whale. No big deal. And so they drove around and around, a 2 hour before they saw the vermin which bit off Kaiban leg. And where is the foot? Obviously eaten. Let's hope it is not chewed. Oh god. Please do not chewed because it would serenity with disabilities, Kaiba. Exactly. My thoughts, you know, I agree with that too. That really hit the nail on the head. Now I get it. Then the heretic demeanor Yugi took the gig and jumped for vermin that, when he saw Yugija, began running around the water around and around. At the end of her intimidate Yugija... They just keep giving Yugi different fucking nicknames here. Prowess and froze and let him enter in the womb and pull Kaiben precious feet. So the thing ate the foot all the way to the womb, giving birth to the foot. I don't get it. Then Yugi happily returned to ship holding a Kaiben unchewed leg. This kind of reminds me of this story idea I had a while back, where there would be this woman who just kept giving birth to herself over and over again, and she just lived forever. Except it's about a foot or something. I don't really know what this is about. Thank God that is not chewed. You. Yugi, your hero. Of course I'm a hero. Who else was I saved Kaiben unchewed leg? Then they returned to the harbor where they met KC Helicopter. My favorite rapper, KC Helicopter. He's got some fucking bars. And drove them to a government hospital where she accidentally ended up miserable Kaiba. There they meet the state doctor who wanted to sew Kaiba leg. Here, state doctor, here's your foot that I took out from the bowels of those vermin and wore it proudly in the air all the way. You wore his foot, you fucking sick fuck, Ed Gein over here. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Then state doctor went sew Kaiba leg. Do not fail him. It seems that he did not know how it works and his Kaiba leg fell off, then Kaiba returned conscious. Ah, you are good. Ah, obviously you're unfortunately not. Yugi, it's your fault. See what they did to me? Immediately leads me to my private hospital with my private doctor. Then Kaiba fell unconscious and Yugi summoned his helicopter was still on the roof of the hospital to take him to Hospital KC. All are eagerly awaiting the arrival of Kaibanog, private doctor. The fuck is Kaibanog? Oh, it's my favorite Christmas beverage. Move over, eggnog. Here comes Kaibanog. So where is that stupid Kaiben family doctor? Will, from a distance. Ah, from way downtown. Obviously, it's not good. We'll wait a little longer. 2 hours later, Kaiben private doctor. People, Kaiben is fine, leg happily sewn up. We'll be able to go home in about 2 years after rehabilitation and all other crap. It may initially be grouchy because his leg was in the belly of the sea vermin. Oh, do not worry, he is always grumpy. 2 years later, Kaiben big day. After coming out of your damn private hospitals. After getting out of your damn private hospital, he. And are you happy now? What, you do not notice my strong laughing? Who would notice? You are laughing at me? What do you think? By the way, what about your worms? Shit, I forgot about them. How could you forget the worms? Hello, man, but I was busy rehabilitation. For 2 years, during rehabilitation, he didn't once think about the worms in his asshole? Come on, Kaiba. But you've been in rehab 2 years. In the name of heaven, did you not see that these worms in the ass? That's pretty much what I said, Yugi. He's echoing my thoughts. We're on the same wavelength now. I did not. And now what? Nothing. I'm just a little bit strange. 2 months later, finally they all returned to the crime scene. Kaiba no longer had worms because it is Yugi month, bothered about it, and had to Kaiba decide to solve. Oh yes, before I forget, Yugi to their ticks also solved her even 2 years ago in 1 month and 29 days. Serenity was happy because Kaiba is not invalid, so it will not have to push a wheelchair. Ateya was happy to be with Yugi Jim, and so they all stood at the scene and thought of the past 2 years, watching the sea vermin that eat other people's feet. Fuck. Now that's a classic. That should be a children's book right there. That's some solid shit right there. So who else ejaculated during that? I came on here for masturbatory purposes, and I definitely got what I came for. That was good fan fiction, easily a 10 out of 10 there. Goodreads would definitely give that a perfect score as well. Alright, well, that's it. See ya. Seen any new unhinged text messages from weirdos? No, I haven't really been looking, but what I did stumble across earlier today was something really interesting. Let me see if I can find it again. It was like an absolutely unhinged 1-star review. Oh, here it is. Wow, I actually did find it just by typing that in. I don't even remember how I stumbled across this, but somehow I saw this earlier today. Mike B gave this place a 1-star, saying, Stephanie, the cute gal that bartends and waits on food customers, needs to get out of the food and drink service industry if she can't handle guys flirting with her. What a great start. You can already see where this is going. I was not obnoxious or overbearing with her. I was very nicely asked her if I might get a kiss on the cheek from a pretty girl. And this bitch wouldn't kiss me on the cheek like I was just being a gentle sir. Like, I mean, did I do something wrong? I don't think so. Instead of being a bitch about it like she was by telling me that I was weird, she needs to learn how to handle guys tactfully and with diplomacy when a male customer flirts with her. This guy gets it. This is clearly the ramblings of a sane, not dangerous man. And with her degree of pretty, she is going to be flirted with in the future. I'm sure that many guys have hit on her before me. I will never go back, whether she still works there or not. Public relations is very crucial in the very competitive market that Load Off Fannies is engaged in. Is that the name of the restaurant? Load Off Fannies? Holy shit, that name is revolting. And then a picture of like a fender, I guess. I don't really know why. Is this actually real? I think so. I don't know. 1-star reviews are always so interesting. Like, there's some unhinged 1-star reviews. This guy gave it big thumbs down because this whore wouldn't kiss me on the cheek. I've never been so insulted in all my life. I'll have you know, ma'am, women would be lining up to kiss me on the cheek, and you were fortunate enough to actually have an offer from me. Well, now it's off the table, and Load Off Fannies, not getting my business again. She obviously led him on. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Clearly. He also looks like the kind of guy that goes around and calls women toots. Or doll. Be a doll and grab me a brewski, would you? What do I owe you, huh? Bro actually said she needs to take a little casual harassment. It's not casual harassment. It's casual flirting. Very classy flirting, mind you. And she needs to learn how to be tactful and diplomatic about it. And they say chivalry's dead. He wrote this at 4 a.m. Bro was losing sleep over this. Oh, you're right. I actually tried to find Mike B on Yelp just to see if I could find some other reviews of his. I just had this suspicion that he probably leaves a 1-star review anytime a woman turns down his advances. I'll never be going back to Bed Bath & Beyond because the bitch at the cash register refused to suck my dick. I thought it was a free country. Favorite thing to do is look at random fast food restaurant reviews, sort by lowest, and see crazy food reviews. Yeah, I actually did a little of that earlier today, but I didn't see anything too crazy. This tried to get me... This almost got me down a rabbit hole. Yelp reviews for strip clubs are wild. Wait, they got Yelp reviews for strip clubs? Wait a minute, that's a game changer. Hold on. I'm going in. Let me see what I can find. Let me go to like just the biggest strip club in Tampa, Mons Venus. Oh, 3.6. That's pretty good. The girls. Oh, this one's like a week old. The girls are scammers. Promise the guy one thing, take his money up front, then don't deliver. Ladies, show your king a good time and take him anywhere else. What? What does that mean? What are you talking about? Man, people are mad. Dog shit dancers with horrible attitudes, overpriced and middle of the pack at best. It's fun if there's nothing else available. Otherwise, enjoy dealing with stuck-up, mediocre girls. 2 out of 10. Would give 0 stars if I could. Man, that guy tried to fall in love. Man went in there thinking he was a VIP, then saw his favorite dancer with somebody else. He was heartbroken. What? Garbage. Came here during my lunch break. Who goes to the strip club in their lunch break? Yeah, so during my shift, I took an hour to go to fucking Mons Venus, get some titties and pussy in my face before going back. That's actually crazy. I do normal behavior? No shot. Maybe like a titty bar or something, but this is like a full butthole pussy in your face kind of place. And then he goes on saying, one bitch on the pole and one at the register, that's it. I felt like the third bitch, so I left. Paid $24 for a bottle of water. This place used to get me hard. Now I have a hard time going back. You know that he was pondering that for a moment. Wait, I'm cooking. It used to make me hard. But now, going there is the hard part. This one's just kind of sad. I went to this club 3 times since April and met someone who used and manipulated me without a concern for how it impacted me. If you're looking for a good time, it's fine. But in my case, a lot more happened. I'm still feeling the after effects of it. They're not pleasant. Buyer beware. See, that's just sad, man. That's just so fucking sad. I feel like there's so many dudes that do that too. They go to the strip club and think that the stripper's like their girlfriend. Let me see the Little Caesars owner that replies to every negative comment or every 1-star review. I'm assuming it's this one.
Pizza in the box.
Which Little Caesars is this? I want to see it.
Lack of checks and balances. That could not happen.
No.
I'm on the side of the owner here.
Yeah,
that could not happen.
I mean, that's about it. Maybe you should cook a meal for your kids.
Oh, that's huge. Which Little Caesars is this? I think it's this one. Waited in drive-thru for over 20 minutes, then got the wrong order. We told them it was wrong, then got it right, but was more like 3 meat, not S5 meat feast. Sorry, last time here. I believe... Oh yeah, we went over this. I believe you, most of our employees can't count to 5 and are extremely inefficient. Sorry. Take that 20 minutes you waited and cook a meal for your family next time. I remember this guy. I remember that. Is he still going? Yeah, no, we've seen this. That's what I was saying. We went over this. He's still going. Yeah, there's a response here from 3 weeks ago. Okay, here, let me pull it up. Oh, wait, Scott Kramer, the guy who made the video, made a comment in here. I had a last-minute dinner need, and I seen the little... Oh my god, that's a lot. Had a last-minute dinner need, and I seen the little that they were still open, so I drove up and seen all the lights were off. Looked at the hours, seen they were still open. I went up to the door, it was unlocked, but got very bad looks and remarks from the stuff, or for the stuff. They said they'd already started closing the store more than 30 minutes before closing, so the ovens were off and they were not going to make more things. Highly allergic to pork, and all they had was pork pepperoni, and mind you, this was more than 30 minutes before 9 p.m. It was 8:20. Lady at the counter was just huffing and puffing and rolling her eyes, acting like she didn't even know that the door was unlocked. Pointed out, okay, what does he say? I wouldn't go back either. I'm sorry to hear that. As a point of order, the correct conjugation of the verb to see in your first sentence would be to use the word saw, but they should have made you a pizza. Just so you know, since it's a non-tipping store, we don't really encourage the kids to focus on customer service. For great customer service, I recommend Rhombus Guys in downtown Fargo. That's where we go for pizza. What? Okay. Just go somewhere else, basically. Hey, so if you want, like, good customer service and, like, good pizza and shit, like, go anywhere but here. At the end of the Scott Kramer video, they show some research that they did on the owner. Turns out she's super charitable and wholesome. Really? That's adorable. Thank you again, Jamie. This one I remember. This is a year ago, though. It's not in order. Because I remember that. This is when they were going, yeah, get it shut down. Yeah, fuck yeah. Gather your friends, quit your jobs, start a GoFundMe, hire lawyers. Yeah, all that. Apparently, they don't proof their dough before making anything. These guys found a way to make trashy food worse. Good job. So you gave a 1-star review to our store, Taco Bell, McDonald's, Miguel's Mexican in Detroit Lakes, and the Green Mill in Woodsbury. Here's what I do. I cook the food I like at home just the way I like it. Then I leave myself 5-star reviews over and over again until I feel elated about myself. You must be an amazing cook baker as you're able to tell whether we proof our dough or not. Much respect, good job. Well, it wasn't all ones, by the way. They gave it a 2 out of 5 for service. That's pretty nice. Oh, I forgot I had this up. I just closed out of that tab and immediately went to this. I was checking in on this guy from a long time ago. Someone in chat mentioned him recently. I didn't know he was still eating candles. So I was just seeing what his latest work was. So he just recently ate an orange leaf candle. Apparently this one was a thumbs up taste, aftertaste, and texture, which is not super common. Usually aftertaste is thumbs down. How many booms though? He hasn't got on with the boom meter yet. I'm guessing this would be a 5 out of 5 booms. Wonder what his favorite brand is. I don't know. But looking at his more recent work, it's just set up so beautifully. Like, this is a Renaissance painting, man. This looks like from those old magazines where you have to, like, spot the difference between two pictures, and it's just, like, the most surreal shit. It's AI? Is it? I didn't look super closely, but it doesn't seem like it is. Like, all the planters are spelled correctly. There's no, like, discrepancies. He just has a lot of shit. Yeah. It's just very interesting. Man just loves to eat candles. And planters. It's the candle guy. Yeah, like I said, I was just checking in to see what he was up to. Because it'd been a while since I heard about him till someone mentioned him in stream last night. So he's still cruising. Consuming some candles. Setting up cool shrines of planters. Yeah, I know about the Waffle House method. Got into a huge argument with chat about the Waffle House method, actually. That's actually OG. For those that don't know, Waffle House has their own method. I don't know if they still do it, but they had their own method for how they keep track of orders, and it's the most convoluted, most counterintuitive, nonsensical garbage ever. So what you would do is you'd stack things in certain ways. So you'd put like a syrup packet horizontal at 12 o'clock on the plate, and that would signal that someone wanted a plain waffle. But if you tilt that same syrup packet vertically at 12 o'clock on the plate, it means they wanted like a different kind of waffle. Or if you put like a ketchup packet next to the syrup packet at 12 o'clock, it meant they wanted some eggs. Like, it's super stupid. And people were trying to argue with me that somehow that's more efficient than just writing down the order. That's what causes all the fights. Yeah. Yeah. Meat Canyon did a video on it. Did Papa Meat cover it? Oh yeah, it looks like he did. I didn't see him do that. But yeah, it's actual fucking absurdity. There are few things in life as pathetic as being a proud Reddit moderator. It's a position that attracts the most insufferable hoity-toity dweebs like moths to a flame, and it bestows upon them the tiniest sliver of power, just barely above like a middle school hall monitor, and somehow that immediately goes to their heads and corrupts their already ugly soul, leading to the most embarrassing meltdowns and just outrageous power trips over nothing. And this is a stereotype that's existed for a while, and it seems like it's just the truth of being a Reddit mod. Like, this is just the sad reality of the people that take up that mantle. They think of themselves as fucking Batman, but what they actually are is the goddamn box ghost from Danny Phantom. Anyway, though, I'm blasting that ass with some new hotness here. A brand new mod meltdown courtesy of r/art. It is a pretty fascinating one, and also not its first rodeo. The r/art subreddit's got some hostile mods. So I'm going to go over the most recent one from, I think it was yesterday. And then I also want to give you a little, blast from the past from a previous instance where one of these mods went nuts. But this one I think is quite special. So what happened is there's an artist named Hayden Clay who posted his art on the subreddit. It got very popular, and in the comments he was replying to somebody asking for more information about his work, and he mentioned that, you can find my work here, and there's also some prints available too. Just a very quick reply to a nice comment. And one of the rules of the subreddit is you can't be like self-promoting your work, so you can't be like advertising prints or anything. So because he used the word prints, it got the whole post removed. Just blasted to the shadow realm. They smited it. So Hayden Clay was pretty upset, so he messaged the mod about it, trying to get further clarity, and maybe he could try and find a way out of this pickle here because he felt it was unjust. There you can see the comment that got him banned. I have a whole mini-series called Clear Boundaries with Prints Available. Just a very offhanded remark about having prints available, and it was removed because of that. So he said, "Are you seriously banning me for giving more information on my work? No, I banned you for breaking our rules. But I can also remove all your old posts as well if you'd like." Oh man. This guy's no nonsense, tough as nails. You don't tussle with the muscle. r/art mod. Oh, brother, watch out. He's coming down with the iron fist. This is so fucking silly. So, like I said, the rule is like no self-promoing or whatever. Can't be mentioning where they can purchase your art or anything like that. Which he wasn't really doing. It's an offhanded reply to someone that was saying they'd like to like have the art in their office or whatever. Like it's such a stretch to even have that be like a violation of their rule in the first place. It is solely because the word print is there. What an unbelievably stinky loser. This guy is working for free as the moderator of a subreddit and he thinks he's doing the Lord's work here. He's treating himself like he's fucking Jason Bourne or something. Oh my god, it's so sad. I can literally smell this guy through his messaging. I already know when he typed, "But I can delete your old posts as well if you'd like." I can see him doing this with his hands like some kind of fucking anime supervillain. Oh, he's such a worm. Hayden Clay responds saying, "Just delete the comment and move on. Sorry I mentioned the word print." And that was the straw that broke the camel's back. He said, "Your history has been removed. You're welcome." He laid the smackdown on him. He just poofed away all of his post history. And then he replied again saying, "At this point, this isn't about breaking the rules. This is you having some sort of vendetta against me. My comment broke Rule 9. I get that, and apologize. This reaction is overstepping boundaries." Which it definitely is. Worth mentioning, Hayden Clay had some posts that were extremely popular, some older posts in his history. Like, I think one of them, according to Dolan Darkus, was even in the top 250 of all time for the subreddit. So having his entire history removed actually is somewhat of a big deal to an artist who has this as a means of showcasing their talent. This, also, just to be clear, I think this rule somewhat makes sense to avoid, like, exploitation for people coming in there solely to, like, astroturf it for their own gain or whatever. But when it comes to, like, an individual artist, having this kind of eyes on their art, this visibility is very helpful to them. So I feel like it shouldn't be something that you destroy them for solely because they mention that they could be found elsewhere. Like, I feel like that's something you should want to help these artists that are very talented. But on r/art, it's run like some kind of fucking cult, I suppose. And if you step out of line, well, I hope you're ready to take the big beat down that the mods will give you. They'll take you behind the back of the bar and break your kneecaps. Metaphorically speaking, of course. I don't think they even know how to throw a punch. They'd probably break their own fucking wrist if they even tried to hit a heavy bag, I would imagine. But this shit is just so unbelievably foul. Like, he has done nothing wrong. He reached out asking, you know, like, what's going on? What's the deal here? He even, like, apologized and said, "Can you just delete the comment and we can move on?" And that was enough to make the Reddit mod go even more Insano style. Like, Jesus Christ. Just check yourself into an institution, buddy. Oh my lord. I don't even know who the fuck you are. He thought that line went so hard when he thought of it. That's some major main character energy there. Oh. Yeah, Hayden Clay's the one with main character energy. Certainly not the r/art mod who's gone through and deleted every single one of his posts, all because he had the gall, the audacity to talk to him in DMs. He dared try and speak to a mod. Don't you know they are holy, sacred icons of the Church of r/art? You can't just speak to them and question their decisions. And then he says, he replies saying, says the power-hungry mod who deleted all my posts because I asked a question. True. You've been reported for harassment. Have a wonderful day. Nice job making this sub a worse place for artists and those who enjoy it. Yeah, the mod reported him for harassment all because he was asking a question in DMs and then just responding to having all of his shit just wiped out in the extinction event of r/art. And now he's been reported for harassment. I already know this mod. His heart was beating so fast. This was probably the most excitement he'd had since the last time he had done this. Like, I bet he was cracking open 4 Mountain Dews, like cracking his knuckles. Time to get to business. He talked to me. Time to remove all of his posts. Also, that report for harassment led to Hayden Clay being banned site-wide on Reddit for 3 days. Pretty cool system they have over there at Reddit where one angry mod can make a complete fraudulent, bogus report of harassment and it immediately leads to a ban for the recipient there. What should have happened is this report goes through, someone takes a look at it, they immediately recognize that this mod is unstable and should not have that position in the first place, so they strip him of his mod privileges. That's what should have happened. And if that did, I bet that guy's life would have felt like it was crumbling down around him. Because if he can't enact his power on strangers on r/art, then his life has no meaning. But that is just not how Reddit functions over there at all. I remember over the years it's been kind of revealed that a large part of Reddit is controlled by a handful of these turbo losers, where it's like this tight-knit club of people that have absolutely nothing going on with their life, so their whole existence is dedicated to power tripping on Reddit and like controlling it like they're the puppet masters. And I imagine this is one of those kind of people, because it's pretty clear that he can just report someone and immediately they're banned for it. So I have to guess that this mod is part of that group, especially when you consider that his appeal was also denied, with the admins siding with the mod's harassment theory here, believing that that was the correct course of action. He needed to be banned for 3 days, all because he decided to try and ask a question to an r/art moderator. That's a sin punishable by death on Reddit. But anyway, as a result of all of this, r/art went into like a pseudo lockdown where you couldn't submit new posts or make comments. They have since soft reopened it so you can make comments again. And of course, all the comments are probably what you're expecting, where everyone is mentioning Hayden Clay and how unfair this is, and basically calling for the resignation of this mod as if it's some kind of like legitimate position. It's not, and it's also never going to happen. He is never going to relinquish his mod privileges. It is literally what he lives for, I bet. And you can kind of see that because he still replies to people that reach out about this. Like, even outside of Hayden Clay, there's people expressing their concern. So here's another r/art mod classic. We ban people who don't follow our rules, for sure. Cool, but I'm more talking about the way the mod spoke to the person. They just asked a question and they got their history wiped. Not sure what you mean. If you look at the link I provided, you can see the conversation they showed between themselves and the mod. Or they refused to follow our rules and were removed. Okay, but like I said, their history was wiped for asking a question. Is that what you do here? I'm not clicking on your link. It's a Twitter link. I'm not sure how this can be a productive conversation if we aren't looking at the same information. And then they got muted. Pretty cool. I'm not clicking on any of your links that maybe go against what I'm trying to express here. You're out of line, Buster. Get muted. Goodbye with you. You're not welcome on r/art anymore for asking us questions and trying to bring up concerns. We don't do that around here. So that's kind of the state of r/art mod team. And I think it's important that you know that this isn't an isolated incident. A few years back, something kind of similar happened where one of the mods went on a bit of a wacky power trip where they had removed a post from an artist claiming that it was AI art. That artist reached out to prove that it wasn't, to try and get their post reinstated. I'm the artist of a painting, A Muse in Warzone. I'm here for complaining about the unfair ban, but I can give you guys the process or the PSD file of that painting. I'm not using any AI support, and that punishment is not right. Sorry for my bad English, and thank you for your time. Here's my portfolio. Take a look. The r/art mod replies, I don't believe you. Even if you did paint it yourself, it's so obviously an AI-prompted design that it doesn't matter. If you really are a serious artist, then you need to find a different style because A, no one is going to believe when you say it's not AI, and B, the AI can do better in seconds what might take you hours. Sorry, it's the way of the world. You've been temporarily muted from r/art. Yes, very classy r/art mod. I can hear your pinky was up when you wrote that reply there. So he struck the post down believing it was AI art. When reached out to and challenged with proof that it wasn't AI, he instead goes, Okay, so even if you did paint it, and even if you are a serious artist, I still don't like it. Also, AI can do what you did much better in a matter of minutes, what might take you hours. Sorry, bub, that's the way of the world. Also, you're muted. This happened a couple years ago, and when it happened, this was also a pretty big deal to the r/art community, but nothing happened. This mod, as far as I know, is still currently a moderator on the subreddit. Who's to say it's not the same mod that just had this meltdown with Hayden Clay? I think there's a very real possibility, especially judging by the cringe way that they communicate with other people. So, I think it's very possible it's the same culprit. Regardless, though, it is so pathetic, whoever is responsible for this shit here. It is unbelievable to me how often this seems to happen with Reddit mods. Like, this stereotype has existed for a long time about being like this sad, lonely loser who power trips as a Reddit mod, and yet it keeps happening over and over and over again. There is no self-awareness and no fucking shame from some of these Reddit mods. It's tragic. What? It's just so stupid, man. Unreal. Anyway, that's about it. See ya. There's no worse feeling than when you engage in an internet argument with some anonymous asshole, and then it turns out that that asshole is extremely talented. Today I have a very sad story to share with you where the villain gets the last laugh. Real life isn't like anime, where the good guys always win. Sometimes the bully comes and puts your head in the toilet and flushes. So it all starts with this video. A YouTuber posts their best performance of an impossible piece of music called Rush E. Now, obviously, I'm a fucking Neanderthal when it comes to piano. I don't know anything about any major pieces except from, like, your big ones like Mozart and Bach. So I had never heard of Rush E before, so I did a little research. Rush E was actually a song created as a meme that is quite literally impossible for any human being to play. And I don't mean that as like it's extremely difficult, I mean it is genuinely impossible. You would need 15 fucking arms, and even then you would struggle. Let me go ahead and show you where it started, the genesis of Rush E. If any human being actually performed this song as written here, it would probably end the world on the spot, or bring about the heat death of the entire universe. It would signal Armageddon. It is quite literally an impossible piece of music that was made to be a joke. However, some piano players on YouTube tried their best to kind of change it around a little bit, mess with the arrangement in order to make it almost possible to play on the piano, which is the video I just showed you there, which is giving a very spirited attempt at making it happen. And I thought it was very good. Of course, I'm not a piano expert by any means, but most people that watched it also agreed that it was extremely impressive what he was able to do. And this spawned an argument in the YouTube comments. YouTube comments are the cesspool of the internet. It is absolutely fucking deplorable down there very often. But in this comment section, it was overwhelmingly positive. But just like everywhere on the internet, there has to be that douchebag that comes in and shits on everyone's fun, just ruins the entire positive atmosphere of everything. They drop their pants and goatsy themselves and just makes everyone feel worse. Their presence making everything more negative. Keep in mind, this piece is literally impossible to play. You saw it. It looked like a Toho bullet hell game. But that didn't stop some enlightened Redditor from demanding perfection. It actually comes from this comment, which is a very nice comment from a guy named Just a Guy Who Likes Hentai. He says, "How can you dislike this? I don't see anyone else actually playing this." You know, that's just a very wholesome thing. Like, you know, this is so good, I can't imagine someone not liking it. It's just being nice, you know? Obviously, there's going to be people that don't like it, but it's just a very encouraging comment. But it summoned a demon. A piano-playing demon named Fanshin. Fanshin replies to that comment saying, "Probably because it was mediocre, no offense." Yeah, no offense, buddy, but you just fucking suck and you should be embarrassed that you posted this video. It actually made me physically ill. I puked and was so offended by your awful, mediocre playing that I broke up with my own girlfriend in protest. This isn't constructive criticism. I saw a lot of people defending this saying he was just offering criticism or answering the question. No, he's just being an asshole. There's nothing constructive about this. You just saying that it's not good without saying like where they could improve isn't really constructive criticism. It's just you being a douchebag. And obviously he wasn't genuinely answering the question in the comments of how can anyone dislike this, because it wasn't a real question. It was just an encouraging statement. It's like when you get told a story like, can you believe my parents got divorced? And then your friend responds with, yeah, I can, because your parents are fucking selfish sluts. It's like, well, I wasn't actually asking you if you can believe it, you know? It's not like a real question. It was just a supportive comment. So there's really no justifying being a douchebag here other than just being a dick. So then the guy responds saying, was it? I'd like to see you try. So come on, give us an awe-inspiring performance. Spoiler alert, he would soon regret issuing this challenge. FanFiction responds, oh boy, you will embarrass yourself. I'll show you what a good performance of this piece sounds like. To which the hentai fan says, then do it, stop talking, and do it. Now, 10 times out of 10 on the internet, when some anonymous asshole makes statements like this, you don't expect them to follow through on it. And even less often, you will expect them to be good at anything. But this is the exception. This is the anomaly. This is probably the first time in history someone has actually followed through on a statement like this and actually been good at it. FanFiction responds saying, maybe you can pay me, then I'll be motivated, LMFAO. He's pretty arrogant and pompous, to which Hentai responds, so being known as a jealous, contrarian liar until you post your own rendition isn't a good enough motivation for you? Sorry, but that's all you're gonna get. And then FanFiction again, he's twirling that cartoonishly evil mustache and says, haha, sure, why not? Fun summer project. Maybe I'll get more views. And then other people kind of come in here and tell him to shut up. They don't really like his negative attitude. The comment section starts to gain a little bit of infamy, so more people come in with the popcorn to watch from the sidelines. You can see the war has erupted. Now we're watching the commenters fight. Another challenge was issued saying upload something by Scott, that guy, other than MLR or Entertainer. Again, I'm not familiar with piano pieces, so I don't even know what that challenge is. I'm assuming it's difficult. And then eventually FanFiction comes back and says, wouldn't have the confidence to upload a performance that I'm not pleased with, but yes, props to the guy for attempting it. It's just this could have been played with much more accuracy had he spent more time polishing, which is something I will show. It's pretty much learned a tempo, but I'm striving for consistency and clarity. So he finally gives like almost a constructive criticism there. And then he gives his rendition of this piece. And unfortunately, it fucking slaps. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the hentai guy deleted his channel after that. I mean, it's unlucky that the guy that he was arguing with was the only person on the internet who happens to talk shit anonymously and be able to back it up with real talent. You really hate to see that. You hate to see an anonymous internet asshole turn out to be really good at something. That's a horrible feeling. I know when he watched this video, like when he dropped the video, he was probably still so confident, like, yeah, this is gonna fucking blow. And then he started listening, and as his erection grew, he felt more and more shame. Hentai guy was just sitting there stewing in anger, like, fuck, he's actually good. Damn you, curses! Because, I mean, that's how I felt, and I wasn't even involved in the argument. But I think this also illustrates an extremely important point. No matter how talented you are, it can be overshadowed by a shitty attitude. A lot of the comments here, and even in the Reddit thread, were just kind of saying the same meme of pretty mediocre, no offense. Like, not even respecting his very clear talent because they don't like him. If you're insufferable and unlikable, people aren't going to respect your skill. And I think that's... Now, granted, it's not everyone because the video is still overwhelmingly liked, but it could have been a truly positive experience had he just gone about it in a much better way. Like, you know, this wasn't the best rendition of the song, but I do appreciate the effort that went into it, and in fact, it inspired me to want to learn it myself. And then he drops this video, and then, you know, that's a lot better, I think, and you'd have more people on your side as opposed to just people brushing off your extreme level of talent here because you were an asshole in the comments to someone that was just proud of their own rendition of the piece. Like, his arrangement of this is like a custom arrangement, obviously, because you can't play it as written. His arrangement is extremely solid, and his performance is unreal. Like, absolutely unreal. And to have that just thrown to the side because he was super unlikable is a real shame, I think. So, I mean, this was a pretty wild experience because I've never seen this before. Like I said, 10 times out of 10, when you're arguing with someone on the internet anonymously, that person behind the keyboard's usually a coward that doesn't really have a lot going for them. But in this really rare instance, that anonymous guy was a fucking piano prodigy. So yeah, I just wanted to share this with you all. That's about it. See ya. No one, not even Nostradamus, could have predicted the 2018 season of YouTube drama unfolding the way it has. The Logan Paul drama has transcended just YouTube drama and become actual news, actual drama, which is incredibly surprising. There's petitions being signed by hundreds of thousands of people to get Logan Paul kicked off YouTube. Let me just tell you right now, that's not gonna fucking happen. He makes YouTube far too much money. Your signature on the petition is about as effective as signing your name on some used toilet paper and mailing it to YouTube. It doesn't mean shit, petitions don't do anything, but I do respect the sentiment, and everyone's saying how this whole thing's gonna end Logan Paul's career. Well, I'll argue the contrary because he's been gaining more subscribers and views now than he has in a very long time. So he's not exactly suffering, but you know who is suffering? The booger-eating children that are vehemently defending their god Logan Paul in the comment section from all of the evil adults that are shitting on him. And these poor heroes are suffering from carpal tunnel and muscle strain and puberty as they fight in the comments for their hero. So let's go ahead, and that's what I wanted to do today, and go through my favorite Logang Knights comments on my Logan Paul video I made recently, because reading these comments from these brainwashed cult fart huffers has been fucking amazing and has given me a real hoot. So let's go over the best ones. Well, I had a ton of pictures of my favorite comments from the prepubescent zombie Logang members that were defending him, but unfortunately, they're not here anymore. So instead, we'll just go over my favorite comments from the last day. You shouldn't criticize Logan. How would you react to a dead body? And you should take down your YouTube channel. Your voice sounds like a dead whale trying to speak. P.S. Logan's hair is beautiful and Logan rules. Fuck you. Well, Megan, how would I react to a dead body? Well, I think I'd react in the same way as any sane person. I wouldn't laugh at it. I wouldn't bring out my camera and start filming it and zooming in on it from all types of different angles like some type of fucking Bollywood action movie. I think what I would do is I'd contact the authorities like any person should do in that situation. I'd then go home and feel absolutely awful for what had happened that day. How would you react to a dead body, Megan? Would you do what Logan Paul did and start filming it and then do everything shy of putting the dead body into a dabbing pose? You're heartless. Well, Nikki, I'm sorry to say that's the wrong form of you're, so I can't take you seriously anymore. However, I do understand what you were trying to say through your horrible grammar. I know they don't teach you that till 4th grade, but even still, I can't let that slide. Also, I like how it's now heartless to criticize the man laughing at a dead body and making light of the situation. That is truly the crime here. He's not a douchebag, so stop making jokes, you headless chicken. Which glass, so you can shut up, dickhead, and you're the horse crap. On the surface, J. Corn Thomas's argument here seems watertight, bulletproof. I mean, there's really nothing I can say here. He fucking nailed me. And he's put it in the most elegant way possible. However, I have to point out, that's the wrong form of you're again. Unbelievable. You knew Logan Paul fans were dumb. You knew Logang was fucking stupid, but did you know they were this stupid? I don't think so. Use the correct form of you're next time, kids. Also, this comment makes me feel old because I don't know what the fuck which glass means. Sounds like some type of old ancient incantation for some type of spell, or maybe Naruto hand signals when you're throwing up ninjutsu signs. Fuck you, the man that's speaking. I hate you. Alright, let's calm down here, Yoda. I think you're acting like a bit of a douchebag in this comment. Logan Paul uses jokes to cope with bad stuff. Fuck you. King Super Destroyer 123. What a fucking name. That's a name that'll strike fear into everyone on the playground. I can already see it going down now, John Wick style. Whose juice box is that, Cody? Whose juice box did you take? Well, it's King Super Destroyer 123's. Jesus Christ, Cody. It's game over. But anyway, they're saying something here that I've seen all the little champions defending Logan Paul saying. It's how he copes with things by making horrible, not clever jokes at the situation. That doesn't really make it okay. That's not a respectful way of coping with things. He should try and learn a new way of going about things. I understand everyone reacts to things different ways, but I think on camera you can be a little bit more respectful and cope with things that way off camera because it portrays the whole situation horribly. You know, what if Logan Paul's way of dealing with situations that were stressful was by jerking off a fat nut? If in this same video, he started jerking himself off and coming onto the dead body, but it was just his way of coping with things, would that make it okay? I don't think so. So why should him making jokes at the fucking poor man's expense be acceptable just because it's Logan's way of coping with it? It's fucking silly. It's a horrible excuse. Horrible defense. Oh, and by the way, you're a fucking touch noodle. He's more runner and more awesome than you dick. I clicked on this video to see how you're gonna prove this bullshit, you dumbass clickbait asshole. Well, Chloe, you shitty grammar Neanderthal, you used the wrong form of your twice, outshining your peers. It's amazing. Cannot a single loganger use the correct form of your, even just by accident one time? God, it's fucking sad. But anyway, I don't know what a touch noodle is. I also don't know why she thinks Logan Paul is a better runner than I am. I think I can probably outrun Logan Paul. In fact, I'm challenging Logan Paul to a race right now. If you don't take me up on it, Logan Paul, you're a fucking pussy. I will outrun this shit out of you. And not only do I think your grammar is objectively shitty and the spelling mistakes make this damn near incomprehensible, I also think you are just dumb by not understanding what half the words you say mean, because the video is not clickbait. The title is Logan Paul laughing at a dead body. If you click on that video, you will see Logan Paul laughing at a dead body. No clickbait there. Hey, you can suck my fucking dick. Fuck you. I will beat the shit out of you. Douchebag McGee. Well, now I have to sleep with one eye open because Justin said boss track sass, whatever the fuck that name is coming for me. Yikes. You heartless stupid piece of crap on the street, Logan Paul. How hypercritical can you be? Well, shit. I initially thought this was about me, but reading it back, I think he might be talking to Logan Paul. I don't know why people are trying to have a conversation with Logan Paul in the comments of my video here. But when I first saw this, I thought he was talking about me. But now upon reading it out loud, I'm not too sure. It's really impossible to tell what half of the logang people are trying to say in the comments because they're all damn near illiterate. But anyway, I like hypercritical here. I thought that word was great. Now I decided to save the only one that actually had thought put into it for last. So let's read Gavin's here. Dude, STFU, IDKYPPL wanna bring him down. Can you guys just leave him alone and forgive him? And I promise you that he will never ever do that again. I guess this is his mother speaking. He's talking about Logan like he's a dog. I will promise you that Ruffles will never shit on the floor again. This has absolutely kissed me the fuck off. Please stop kissing Gavin off. Can you guys just lecture him and get over it? He won't do it again. If you tell him what he did wrong in the right way, not just fucking call him stupid ass names and hate on him. I'm just saying that if you are going to try and make him realize what he did wrong, then do it in a non-bitch ass way. BCS saying shot about him ain't gonna do anything but make him angry and sad. Maybe if all this hate gets to him and he will kill himself, BCS of depression, ever fucking think of that dumbass bitch? Well, Gavin, can't say I did think of that, because a person like Logan Paul, he will never ever feel anything. He's a sociopath, Gavin, I'm sorry to tell you. But please stop talking about Logan like he's some type of animal you own. You don't know him. You're not his best friend. To Logan, you are just a number on his view count. So anyway, I wanted to show a lot more and a lot better comments that I had been saving images of over the last couple of days, but unfortunately, like I said, I don't have them anymore. So I thought just over the last 24 hours would still be fun. So yeah, that's it. See ya. I feel like creative insults are a lost art on the internet these days. You go on Twitter and if someone says or does some dumb shit, 9 out of 10 of the replies are just gonna be regurgitated memes and gifs you've seen a million fucking times, had your ass blasted with inside and out for months. Okay, boomer, hose mad, shit like that. Not a single creative thought going into that, but that's what insulting and roasting is kind of boiled down to. It used to be you had to have some fucking neurons fire and come up with something to say to someone if you wanted to roast or make an insult, But today you have this instant gratification slot machine where you can just choose a handful of GIFs to express your thoughts and disapproval, which I think makes it all very boring. That being said, you all as a community have not fallen for this trap, and I am so proud to say that you all have maintained the integrity of creative wordplay and insults. Now, what I mean by this, as most of you know, I have not cut my hair in almost a full year now. I started this experiment out of spite because we had some fucking professional barbers in the comments section saying I need to get it cut, and I said, no, fuck you, you can hold the dirtiest part of my asshole, so I started growing it. And I kept growing it until I actually started to like it, which is where I'm at now. But over this course of my hair growth journey, the creative insults against me have been nothing shy of spectacular, and I am very proud of some of the bangers you all have come up with. Now, none of them have been truly mean-spirited, which I appreciate and I find very sweet. It's all just been good fun, but they have been so creative, in fact, that the subreddit called Rare Insults, which is a community dedicated to preserving the last remnants of good creative insults on the internet, has been inundated with screenshots from the comments section over here of your roasts of me. Now, I don't want this video to encourage the comments section to devolve into this cesspool of people making some very half-assed and pitiful attempts to get on the Rare Insults page. I don't want to open that Pandora's box of turning this into some type of shitty competition where everyone tries to make like the same goddamn jokes or something to get on there. I just want to highlight some of the good ones that have come out over the last year or so in the comments section. Now this one's actually the top post as of this moment. This is from the newest video. Charlie looks like he just got out of the shower and simultaneously hasn't showered in weeks. Now, to be fair, this super sleuth is onto something. When I recorded this video, I did just get out of the shower and my hair was quite greasy that day. I had worked out twice that day and I was feeling a little stinkiness in me. So yeah, my hair does look a little bit like a badly drawn anime character here. It looks very wet, very damp. It's like Schrodinger's wet hair. I get it. No, I totally understand. I do get it. It's a decent one. That hair can protect you in a motorcycle accident. He's not wrong. I don't even remember my hair at this stage of growth. Maybe I'm trying to block it out of my memory because this looks atrocious. But that's the price you pay when you grow your hair out from being very short to being very long. You go through this awkward stage like I had here where I looked like a side character in a Pixar animation. You look like if John Wick was a gay fitness instructor from the 1970s. Now I have to be honest, I think the John Wick and Keanu comparison stuff is getting a little bit stale. It's just been used so many times that there's not a whole lot of wiggle room left for creativity. That being said, at the time that this was posted, it was pretty fucking fresh. As was this one, which was featured in PewDiePie's video. Critical looks like if John Wick gave up after they killed his dog and started a keto diet. This one's actually from Instagram, which is surprising. You look like a 17-year-old kid who went to get weed and remembered it was Father's Day, so you grabbed the closest thing you could find. Now, while I appreciate the creativity on display here, I mean, come on, don't insult the gift. That is a fantastic gift, suitable for all fathers of all sizes. That's a koozie that says World's Greatest Dad. Like, come on, that's a great fucking gift. And my dad likes koozies. He's not exactly what you'd consider a collector or anything, but that's a quality koozie. I was pretty proud of that gift. Especially considering the normal gift you give someone is money, so that way they can buy what they want instead of what you think they want, which is just far more efficient. I thought it was a much more personal gift this time, though. Charlie is starting to look like someone tried to draw Keanu Reeves from memory. Yes, I know it says sometime, but I'm pretty sure they meant someone, and it sounds a lot better with someone there. I think that's pretty much the best Keanu Reeves comparison creative rare insult there is. I really liked this one. I thought that one was extremely clever and very cute. Charlie's starting to look like the mop I threw away 20 years ago. And this still image that they have from the video here is not doing me any favors. I look like Billy the Exterminator's more emo cousin. Yahoo Answers is a name that'll put a smile on the face of anyone who's been on the internet for a long time. Yahoo Answers is said to have existed before the internet was even created. Shit, some speculate Yahoo Answers existed before the fucking Big Bang. Just to bring you up to speed on the lore, in case you don't know, it was a site that was used for people to ask questions and have the questions answered by members of the Yahoo community. I know hearing Yahoo and community in the same sentence is shocking because that kind of thing doesn't fucking exist anymore. I can't believe the website is still even up, but for a while it was a very, very popular site, one of the most popular on the internet. So by having a forums where people could ask questions and have them answered, it was really popular. But it was also the most inefficient place to get answers ever. You would get nothing but the worst answers from the most unqualified people to answer your problems. It was the most unhelpful website ever created. I know these days Reddit has the reputation for giving shit advice on the internet, but it will never be as bad as Yahoo Answers was in that department. There was a time not too long ago where any question you typed into Google would bring up Yahoo Answers first, and you just roll your eyes and puke because the answers you would get were so remarkably awful that it just ruined your day. It's as if the only people who ever answered questions on that site were on the verge of an overdose, like they just popped 50 Xanax, cracked their knuckles. Alright, time to help somebody out. Go on there and just slam their fucking head on the keyboard, passing out, and then that'd be their response to the question. I've made videos going through Yahoo Answers shit before, as well as other viral videos that popped off covering these questions, such as like, how is Perginant formed in Curse of the Weggy board, which was people misspelling Ouija and misspelling pregnant. It's just like this horrible, not just misspelling those words, but the questions were some of the dumbest shit of all time. So the website's always been well known, and unfortunately on May 4th, they're shutting the site down for good. They're pulling the plug on it. They're taking it behind the barn and putting it down. And it's really fucking sad to see it go. It's been a staple on the internet for a long time. Even before I started making videos, I would go on Yahoo Answers, like on the school computer, and just read some of the goofy shit and giggle with my friends. It's always been a website that's been near and dear to my boners. Like, it's sad. Where are the people going to go to get answers to the important questions such as, I made Jesus-shaped pancakes and burnt them. Am I going to hell? The answer is obviously yes. This man has been condemned to hell for an eternal damnation. But this is a question he can't ask anywhere else. If he asks this on Reddit, he's just going to be hit by wubba lubba dub dubs. Like, this is the only place that this troubled young man can get an answer to this question and have that peace of mind to know that, yes, he's going straight to hell. It's just a shame because there are still people that use this site. In fact, I was on it just a moment ago and people are still asking some brain busters and asking some really important questions to help better their life. Is it okay to date a woman with a high IQ, 120 plus, if my IQ is around 80? The answer is no. You're too stupid for her. You're a fucking idiot compared to her and you should not even be near her. You shouldn't even look at her, in fact. You probably make her sick. Your IQ is too low. How do I get rich? The answer: find something you are good at. Get the education/training necessary to perfect your skills. Work at it 60 to 80 hours a week for decades and you will be rich. Everything in life has some sort of price tag. If you're willing to pay that price, you get the reward, whether it is money or love. Classic Yahoo Answers with the absolute dog shit advice. You want to get rich? You start selling pictures of your feet on OnlyFans. How do you promote your OnlyFans feety pics? You post about it on Twitter. And how do you get traction on your Twitter? You try and capitalize on some outrage that's going on. It's a foolproof strategy to put money in your pocket. Today I got rejected 11 times at the mall. Why is this always me? Well, first of all, asking out 11 different people in a single mall outing, you're doing everything right. So it's not you, it's them. Clearly, society has trained the people that you're trying to ask out to not like a nice guy. So my advice to you would be, A, pump up those numbers. Asking out only 11 people, it's not enough. You're going to need to at least double, maybe even triple that in order to increase your chances. And you're going to want to change your entire persona. Stop being such a nice guy. Start smoking cigarettes, wear a leather jacket, maybe some studded boots and a studded belt and bracelets, and you should be good to go. After that, I think you're going to be finding a lot of success. You see, the more I go on the site today, the more I realize just how important this site is to people. There's people that need these answers. And goddammit, where are they going to find them once it goes down for good? I understand there's plenty of other places to get it, but nothing is reliable as Yahoo Answers. I mean, that's where you get the truth of things, you know? So it's fucking sad to see the site go. I'm probably going to be on there quite a bit, just trying to collect as many good questions as I can and just stockpile them somewhere so that way they're never lost to time. Yahoo Answers was truly something special, and it always will be. So yeah, I just wanted to just give a nice little goodbye to Yahoo Answers today, and thank you for your time on the internet. Thank you, Yahoo Answers, for everything you've given us. And that's about it. See ya. What's up everybody, it's Critical, professional reptile psychologist, and it's time I take my expertise right back to Yahoo Answers and see how many people I can help out here today. Alright, so my original intention was to go to the beauty and style section and help out in that aspect. However, going there is nothing but people posting pictures of their titties, pussies, and wieners and asking us to rate them. So I'm just going to explore a lot of different categories this time around. Do you have big, beautiful T-ides? I don't know if he's referring to some type of ancient philosopher in this question, T-ides, or if he's just asking if I have big breasts. Would it be easier to walk on one leg or 3 legs? I'm sick of having 2 legs and was wondering if I should get rid of a leg or add a leg to my body. I didn't know Mr. Potato Head posted on the Yahoo Answers forum here. Man could just fucking snap off a leg or put one on. Honestly, I think it'd probably be easier with 3 legs. I don't know, you'd look like some type of weird spore creation, but it probably would be easier. Can I shove a football into my butt? You can shove anything into your butt, as long as you're committed to the art. I don't know if you've been practicing any anus stretching activities, but I'd recommend working your way up to the football. Start with something small like a strawberry, and then gradually increase on the scale, go up to pineapples, and then dabble in footballs and other types of large objects. Now this question's pretty innocent enough. I've asked this question a lot. I used to talk to my parents about this one. But for some reason, one Yahoo Answers poster, this was the straw that broke the camel's back here. They just fucking exploded. Fuck you, Yahoo Answers. I hope you puke your stomach inside out and die from choking on this piece of shit site. This must have brought up some bad memories for this person. They came on here for some real questions where they could offer some real knowledge and help real people, not come on here and talk about footballs and assholes. Did Jesus ever suck dick for meth or food stamps? Really asking the hard-hitting questions here. It's never really been directly addressed in any of the testaments, so I guess it's open for interpretation. I don't think he'd suck dick for meth, though. It was simpler times back then. Meth was plentiful. They grew it on their farms, and they had it in their classrooms. If you wanted meth, you could simply ask for it. There'd be no need to suck some penis for it. But then again, I'm not a religious expert here, so maybe he did. Maybe he was just like people today, who start sucking dick for meth or food stamps, but then they keep sucking dick just for the love of the sport. My husband keeps buying porn. He spends hundreds of dollars on porn, and this has been going on for 6 months now. He promised to not purchase any more porn, and yet I still found receipts from an online store in our bank statement. How should I approach this? Well, start with the easiest thing here. Call him stupid for paying for porn. Are you dating a fucking Neanderthal? Who's paying for porn these days? Dump this homunculus, you kidding me? Goodness gracious, did I time travel back to 2003? Paying for porn, you got me fucked up. Now you need to understand that some people are addicted to different things. Some people are addicted to porn, some people are addicted to the makeup they put on the animal actors in Hollywood movies. Your best bet in putting the kibosh on this is just to sit him down and laugh in his face for paying for it. Semen Live? I love the title of this question. It's like some type of webcam service or maybe a spin-off of Xbox Live since that's starting to go under. Ah yes, only available on Semen Live, the new Call of Duty. If I put fresh NRE semen, which is alive, came straight from my penis, and put it in the fridge, not freezer, how long would the sperm live? I'm not and never going to do that. I just want to know how long they live. Thanks. Yeah, I'm sure you're never going to do that. Just like I never did it. Truthfully, I don't know how long they'll live. It's not like it's a food you'd buy at a grocery store with a Best Buy date. I guess you just have to eyeball it and see. I think I've given enough helpful advice on here today. This is Professional Motorcycle Masseuse Critical checking out. That's it. See ya. What's up everybody, it's Critical. I think I have laryngitis, or maybe I've been poisoned by Bud Light for giving away their secret ingredient, which is urine. But either way, I figured I might as well strike while the iron is hot and read a weird fanfiction story and play the part of a man going through puberty while reading it. So I chose the Jurassic Park fanfiction known as Root Her by Michael Collins. Robert Muldoon was not a man to be trifled with. For years, he had plied his trade as a big game hunter in Kenya, utilizing every scrap of his savage cunning and imposing physical frame, as well as his arsenal of highly explosive weaponry to outsmart, outmaneuver, butchered that word there, holy shit, and out-explode some of the mightiest and most dangerous creatures known to man. I'm gonna skip around. I haven't read this yet, but that's a very boring start, except for out-exploding the fucking dinosaurs, whatever that means.
The velociraptor had parted her jaws and looked about to strike, but suddenly she stopped as if unsure of herself. Joffrey was confused. Why hadn't this hot Cretaceous babe mauled him like the filthy descendant of a wretched shoe-like thing that he was? Why was he not being lovingly absorbed by the digestive system of this perfect, carrion-scented Aphrodite? Almost as if he dared not speculate, he glanced up at her, still expecting the final strike that would end his sexually confused mammalian existence, and saw at once that it would not come. Her eyes were still marked by a ferocious hunger, but it was not for shredded meat she seemed to savor. She clearly wanted the meat intact. Joffrey couldn't believe his luck. Slowly she backed away from him. Wow, I'm really fucking struggling on this word. Then coyly turned around so her bird-like hips were on full display, mere inches from his face. From this angle he could see her smooth, hairless slit. As he began to drool, she started to shake her hips from side to side seductively, and my laptop just got a blue screen for absolutely no reason. Wow, my laptop was so disgusted at me for reading this story, it fucking self-destructed. I'll deal with that another time. For now I have to see how this sexual renaissance of sorts will unfold. Where was I? Hairless slit, side to side seductively, delicately spraying him with gallons upon gallons of dinosaur sexual pheromones, so she had in some gland that all velociraptors had, but that didn't get fossilized with the rest of them because it was too soft somehow. Cautiously at first, lest he somehow alarm her or turn her off, Joffrey began to lightly rub the area around her velocigina. Wow, what an incredible word. With his chin, nuzzling the rough, pebble-like folds of skin surrounding it with his tongue, the creature howled with a terrifying, primordial delight and thrust herself back against Joffrey's mouth, knocking out his front teeth and ramming his lower jaw deep inside her. Joffrey whispered seductively as he continued to work his magic on her with his mouth parts, delicately teasing her harsh, sandpaper-like clitoris as he did so. That's the exact same noise I make during sex, that girl, just in the height of my climax, just really when I'm in the zone, just really in the mood and feeling it. It's a really good strategy. I'd recommend implementing it into your coitus adventures. The velociraptor continued to bellow and howl and echo her savage, predatorial joy across the construction site as Joffrey brought her halfway to climax. With one exaggerated movement, she threw her hips violently to one side, dislodging Joffrey's lower jaw from her deep hot minge and hammering against the side of the cage. Winded, he collapsed to the floor, his face a brutal-looking mess of blood, bone, flesh, dinosaur sex pheromones, and primeval vaginal juices. The velociraptor was a merciless predator, but she was not a selfish lover. It was time to reciprocate. As Joffrey lay battered on the cage floor, barely able to move, she approached him and lightly rested her perfectly shaped foot on his crotch. Even though his dislocated muscle, she could feel the bulge. She grinned, as all velociraptors are pretty much forced to do because of their bone structure, and with one deft flick of her curved toe claw, she tore through the lining of his pants and exposed his engorged, throbbing member. Joffrey mumbled with ecstasy through his maimed features as the creature appraised him. She was mildly disappointed at the lack of insemination barbs on his manhood, but she had come too far now. Invested too much time to stop the process this close to completion. It's like some type of fucking ritual. Man, sex with dinosaurs must be some type of ceremonial adventure. Wrapping her tail around his waist, she pulled him to his feet and slammed herself against his erect cock, moaning wickedly as it pushed apart the sides of her opening and entered her. Little bubbles of pleasure formed in the red-black foam on Joffrey's mouth as she forced herself further back, taking him deep inside her. On top of the cage, I don't care about this weird man filming them. There, the velociraptor was grinding and bucking back against Joffrey with terrifying savagery now, and she could feel the warmth beginning to build up in her nether regions as his rod-hard dick slammed in and out of her orifice. Fervently, she rocked against the side of the cage, ignoring any water. This is just too hot and steamy. Fervently, she rocked against the side of the cage, ignoring Joffrey's impassioned, gurgling noises as she brought herself closer and closer to a meteoric climax. Finally, the raptor could take it no more, squealing as if she intended to drown out all the sounds that had ever been made by anything in the history of ever. She came hard and fast, her vaginal walls constricted around Joffrey like a vice, as wave after wave of putrid velociraptor love Tabasco squirted everywhere, dousing the floor and walls of the cage in a layer of horribleness half an inch thick. Joffrey screamed in agony as his frail, warm-blooded member was crushed by this merciless barrage, and tried desperately to pull it out of her, but it was too late. In a final act of climax, she spun around again, taking him with her, and cracking his spine in two. Acting on pure instinct, she sank her powerful jaws into the sides of his skull, and bit down hard, ripping his head clean in half, and scattering flesh and blood everywhere. As her teeth entered his brain, they triggered his pleasure and pain senses, sending him at once into the most disturbingly intense agony a human being could possibly experience, and bringing him to such heights of ecstasy as humankind can only dream of. Then he died. I don't really want to continue reading because that was just so perfect. This right here is a literary magnum opus. I don't know about all of you, but I am extremely erect. I'm glad I read this. I'm gonna go not talk for the rest of the day, so that way my voice doesn't continue to sound like a 12-year-old boy just ate a cactus. So, thank you for sharing on this marvelous dinosaur sexcapade with me, and I hope all of our cum will be ever putrid, prehistoric, and savage. Alright, see ya.
Hi, I'm Charlie, better known by my alias Genghis Swan, world-renowned author and poet. Today I'm going undercover to answer your questions. It's actually me. Reddit.com. Fuck. I hate this goddamn elementary school thinking exercise. I don't want to be a part of this corrupt system, a slave to the neural network here training the AI, but I have no choice. Quoara. I always hated this website because it used to give me the wrong answers to my homework when I was in college, but here I am to answer questions on Avatar, The Legend of Korra. Genghis Khan. Who's that imposter? I don't know if he's gay. Facebook. Twitter. All I Want for Christmas is the Man Who Forgot How to Poop by world-renowned author and poet Genghis Swan. Good taste. Boy oh boy, this was a lot of fun. This is Genghis Swan and this is actually me.